We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Have you ever wanted to generate your own supply of electrical power, even save money on your electric bill? If so, this could be one of the most important messages you will ever hear. Solar-powered generators are now available. These emergency backup systems provide life-saving electrical power. Unlike gas generators, a solar generator runs quietly, emits no fumes, and produces electricity from the sun. It's like having an electrical power plant running quietly in your own home. Run sump pumps, shortwave radios, computers, and even keep your food from spoiling. Whether it's hurricanes, ice storms, brownouts, or blackouts, you'll never suffer through painful power outages again. And here's the best news. A remarkable fall truckload sale is going on right now that gets you $1,700 in bonuses when you buy a solar generator. To find out why these solar generators are the best generators and get $1,700 in bonuses for doing so, go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com. Generate your own supply of electricity. Go to falltruckloadsale.com. That's falltruckloadsale.com.
The Silver Lungs Generator is the only all-encompassing professional-class product for producing endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. With recent regulations threatening the sale of silver-based supplements, now you can secure yourself and your family by producing your own silver solutions anywhere, anytime. You can have the peace of mind knowing that you can create endless supply of silver anytime, anywhere, for any application. The Silver Lungs Generator is a one-time purchase that requires no maintenance nor replacement parts for the life of the unit. This product was designed to be an invaluable part of your vital preparations. For a detailed report on the differences between ionic silver, colloidal silver, and what most silver solution manufacturers are producing, please visit our website at www.silverlungs.com for more information on why you should be producing your own silver solutions right from your home forever.
Sodium fluoride in the body reduces IQ and increases cancers. Unfortunately, fluoride and its derivatives are only one of hundreds of toxins being added to our drinking water. We're battling the globalists on so many fronts. Health is an area where we can all take control of our lives, and it all starts with that basic building block of water. It is time to purify our family's water. The ProPure filtration system with added fluoride filters is the best system from my research to protect you and your family. InfoWarsStore.com already has the lowest prices on ProPure water filtration. But until December 10th, we are going to offer 15% off the already lowest price. I know what I'm giving my family this Christmas. ProPure. Go to InfoWarsStore.com and get 15% off the already lowest price out there with the code WATER15. WATER15, and you get 15% off at InfoWarsStore.com.
It's mind control. Mind control. Corruption of your thoughts, yeah. Destruction of your soul. Mind control.
Okay.
It's mind control.
We have classical tyranny run by authoritarian psychopaths, to quote Ron Paul, taking over our society. And to understand this next report I'm about to cover, because it's finally back in mainstream news again, this has been going on for at least 20 years in Europe, England, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the United States. It's global, standardized, exact same bioethicist boards. They've gotten rid of the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm, and now doctors are being turned into federal administrators of death. Death panels, which Bill Gates admits is in the legislation, cutting back to health care, making you buy overpriced health care, insurance companies owned by big mega banks who wrote health care, pre-existing conditions not covered, people in England and Europe waiting on average 18 months for totally operable surgeries. If it's within the first few months, totally inoperable. If it's after 6 months, they wait till it metastasizes. They kill you. They have actuaries. If you're retired, you don't get surgery. Do you understand this? You aren't allowed to go to a private hospital in England unless you've gone to the government one and then been refused treatment. Then you might get in to see a private physician, and then it's incredibly expensive. Paul Watson, for 3 weeks, had a cold, couldn't get rid of it, got scared. Went to the government doctors. They wouldn't help him. They give him a little pack with some Kleenex and some aspirin and some lozenges in it. Wouldn't even do a swab. I can drive down to a little clinic right now, like Victory Clinic, say in Austin, Texas. Go, there's some. Every once in a while when I need something. Before they give me medication or something, they do a swab. They say they're going to call me in 6 hours. They send it to a lab, and they say, it's viral, can't take antibiotics. Or it is this bacteria, here's this wide-spectrum antibiotic. But my children occasionally go to different pediatricians. They'll just say, here's some antibiotics. Well, aren't you going to do a swab? It's total quackery. And now they've got all these big healthcare groups getting out of dentistry, getting out of medical care, getting out of surgery. People are just getting out of it. Doctors are quitting by the hundreds of thousands in the last 3 years. Hundreds of thousands have quit. Hundreds of thousands. Because they're told on a computer, you've got to go into a computer now if you take Medicare or Medicaid, and you've got to tell it, okay, here's what the patient I think has, and it tells you your list of options. It tells you the drug you can use. It will tell you to use a new expensive drug that you don't think even works and won't even let you use an old confirmed drug. My dad's an oral surgeon, a dentist. He manages, 18 dental offices. He consults all over the country for medical systems. I ought to get him on the air. I've had Dr. Blaylock, brain surgeon, former university professor. He quit because of all this. He'll tell you the exact same thing my dad will tell you. Ron Paul, medical doctor, he'll tell you the same thing. This is the reality. This is the reality. Now, what they do is, before I get to this huge news, is and they've done this in Europe already, they've done this in England. They tell you, we're going to come out with a national health service. They do that parallel to a private health service. Then they use that to bankrupt the private health service by making it be part of the public health service. Then government comes in to lower costs because it always bankrupts things and says, well, we're not going to give you a knee surgery if you're over 60. We're not going to give you an eye surgery if you're over 65. We're making you do prenatal screening, and it shows your child is at risk of a genetic disorder developing it. We're going to force an abortion. By the way, I saw an article 2 weeks ago where they forced an abortion on a handicapped woman, saying there was a chance her child might have it. Was it multiple sclerosis? Ladies and gentlemen, they can look into anybody and find genetic traits that may flick on. This is a total Brave New World Gattaca tyranny. And Gattaca and Brave New World are based on the top eugenics family that came out of a genetic breeding program from 1852 until 1925 when the program was terminated. The Huxleys, the Wedgwoods, the Galtons, the Darwins, and one other family. I cover it in Endgame. This is what runs everything. This is the heart of it all. By 1935, close to 40 states, 33 had total, 39 had partial, where they would take children if they had low test scores or their parents did, or if someone had a tic, as they called it, a neurological disorder, they would pull up with a truck in the United States. The Nazis got it all from us. We got it from England. Mexico did this too. It was all the rage. They would come in and grab your children. Black, white, they didn't care. Mainly white. Because their view was all the blacks were subhumans, so just use them as basically as fodder. But they said they would go and grab white children. They had newsreels. I show you newsreels in Endgame where it shows them taking people and killing babies. Doctors killing babies. This is from the 30s. A doctor killing a baby. In these short films they would show before movies when the talkies first came out. Before that, they were silent. Or that's why playing a piano in there. This is all in Endgame. All I've done is read over 100 books on this. I mean, this is them saying it. This is not my opinion. Now, I want you to listen to me. I'm going to read out of this Daily Mail article. But I want you to understand something. This is a whitewash. And not because the Daily Mail writer, Fionn Marquet, is bad, but because they haven't studied it. The doctors are going public that they watch babies, children, 14-year-olds, begging, shriveling up, their tongue stuck to their mouth, blood coming out of their eyes. Dehydration is ultra painful. On average, it takes about 14 days to murder somebody with it. And they call it humane. See, they know how to do something totally sick, because they're psych warfare experts. They do something over the top and then just act like it's normal. Just like they're putting cameras in for 10 years in school showers with elementary school girls at PE. And the news is like, what's the big deal having a camera in the shower? It's all to be over the top, to break your will, okay? Now, at 3 a.m., I hear bzz, bzz. My wife's next to me on her phone reading articles. She wakes up sometimes in the middle of the night. And I wake up and I start reading it. And we're sitting there in the dark reading. And I read the whole Daily Mail article and I can't go back to sleep. 15 pages. And while I'm reading it, I'm getting frustrated that they don't understand the full story, not even 5% of it, that I'm not articulate enough to explain to you how bad this is and how real it is. I'm not exaggerating. It's worse than I can tell you. And I want to carry this book in the bookstore so everybody has it front and center, but I'm going to plug it right now, too. His book, Culture of Death, Wesley Smith, Wall Street Journal writer, he has taken photos. He has interviewed them. He has gone in to the hospitals where people can walk, but they don't have any family. They get signed in as wards of the state, and they actually chain you down while you beg for food and water. And I've had the nurses call in and say, it's incredible. This old woman, I was sneaking her ice cubes. They had her tied down, and they dehydrated her to death. Once they get the bioethics board to say, yeah, you got a breast cancer, we're not going to treat it. It would take 6 years to grow on average till it kills you. We're just going to go ahead and deny you food and water. And these people go, honey, can I have a little ice? And nurses get fired when they bring them ice. They're murdering people in the town I live in, Austin, right now. Murdering them. They've got whole floors of execution going on. Just like they have whole floors of saying it's the law when it's not the law, all the nurses have to take all these vaccines. Now courts are ruling they're going to give kids shot without parental consent. California passed a law. It's happening, okay? It's happening, right? And they use poster child like, oh, look at Terry Schiavo. You know, we argue whether she's brain dead or not. Well, let's dehydrate someone who's brain dead to set the precedent while they're killing people. Now, you remember, to begin, back in February, Paul Watson got an email from a listener, a tip, this is how it works, saying, hey, I'm a doctor, the prestigious medical ethics journal, the Journal of Medical Ethics says what you've been covering, Peter Singer's been calling for at Princeton, killing children up to 3, killing Down syndrome children when they're 20, killing handicaps. Again, the government's claiming they like handicapped folks and want to give you accessibility to play the part of the good guy, just like they did with blacks in the 20s and 30s. Oh, we're the liberals. We're going to give you government funds now to live the way we say. Well, I mean, the Margaret Sanger memos are public. She said, we're going to kill these animals. Her words. We're going to kill these weeds. We got to pose as liberals. This whole we're going to take care of handicap stuff, it's about killing you. So, but it's about controlling the lobbies that speak for you, so you think, oh, my gosh, the government's the one that protects us. Yeah, they're going to give you a paved walkway for your wheelchair right into an incinerator. They're going to send you into the showers for delousing. I mean, it's hygiene. They care about you. We've got a ghetto. We've got a ghetto for you to go live in so people don't bust out your shop windows. Oh, well, this ghetto isn't safe. We've got a work facility for you. Oh, they're setting those up now. If they say when things collapse, you'll work in a government reservation facility. They've set up a model of it at the old Robert Mueller Airport here in Austin. And they got checkpoints and scanners, and there's some barbed wire and some stuff. But you know what? You know what? They care about you. Let me continue here. And they've learned as long as they label something as good, they go, oh, it's humane. We take babies that have muscular dystrophy, or we take Down syndrome babies. And again, it's going to move on to everybody. So a lot of you go, well, let's get rid of those babies. I don't want to pay for them. Oh, really? You're going to wake up 65. You think you're 30-something today. You know, you're going to wake up 60. Or you're going to be in a car wreck. And they're going to be able to treat you in 100% recovery. But they're going to wink, wink. And the surgeon that's over you is going to be the head of the bioethics board in that hospital, and he's going to get probably $100,000 of the $400,000, $500,000 they're going to get out of your body. My dad's worked in hospitals, rewiring jaws, you name it. When I was going 15 to take my driver's test, he said, do not sign that organ donor card. I've been told that if you go in hurt in a wreck, even if you are operable and 100% recoverable, you'll be killed.